Good morning. It is the start of the vlog and it's being recorded before breakfast. That's why everyone is insane. And that's why Nami is like, she's, lurking like a Volturi up there above us all, judging upon us. Lou is just being continuing to destroy this this chair. I mean, this chair had some scratches, but it definitely didn't look like this. Look at these artists admiring his work. Yes, it's like a Rembrandt. Loomis is, being Loomis. He wants breakfast. Nah, you can tell because he was biting a book. He only bites books or does things very bad when he's like, bitch, you better get up. You better get up. I know what actually makes you sad. And I'm like, oh no, he does. He knows. He knows. Oh no, big two. I guess I'll keep that in the vlog. There you go. I yawn. I'm just like one of you. A human, I yawn. I yawn. No theme this week. I'm just gonna be chilling and reading whatevs. It's supposed to rain later today, which sucks. So I'm gonna go for walkie walks, and that's how the day's gonna start. A tootle, ooh. So I spilled water yesterday that gig was like Saturday, on this keyboard, so it broke. So I had to go buy a new keyboard, and I forgot to buy it from the place I was gonna buy it. So I was like, oh, does the dollar store have keyboards? And they do, and it's over there. But the box, apparently, is the ultimate peace offering, because now all of the cats are hanging out by the box. This thing is kind of cool. It was only like $5. And look, if you press scroll lock, it lights up. That's kind of cool. That's weird, though, but it does, so. Hey, sometimes your loss is also a gain. And also an ultimate snuggle badge. Bye-bye. Also, while I was out shopping around at the thrift store, I found really cute little kitty bookends. Aww, he's so cute. They're so cute. This one's missing the whiskers because they're both supposed to have whiskers. And also, I'm not sure if this is from the two of them or that's a crack. I don't know. But they're still to be still in fine condition, and they're very cute. And I was like, oh. I have no bookends, and I always like bookends, but the problem is I buy so many books, bookends rarely last to become bookends. But yeah, I thought that was cute. And I just like the way that this looks right now, so I might even, maybe because I got the bookends, I will do something up top, because I need to kind of clean up the top of that anyways, but we'll see. What do you think, Wisteria? Nothing. I am a cat. I have no feelings on this subject. Alright, gonna start out with my short shark monster romance. This is only 25 pages, so it's kind of like a short story, but Encounter with the Sharkman. I just love the artwork on this one, and I'm like, yep, alright, let's see how this sharkness goes. Wow, okay, that was something else. I mean, first, it's cool all of the Sharkmen are bisexual kings, so good for the Sharkmen. And it gets wild. And then it starts out where the sharks is coming out of the ocean, and then there's these random scientist people that just randomly appear, and they're like, oh, those are the Sharkmen. They're mysterious and curious, but they could eat you, be careful. And these two people who are bathing and hanging out are just like, whoa, these Sharkmen are hot. So then they start doing it with the Sharkmen, and then the scientists are like, whoa, and they start doing it, but then more Sharkmen show up, and then everyone's doing it. Anyways, probably not something I'm going to review on Goodreads, because it's 25 pages, but it was a story, and it was a thing, and, good for all the peoples involved, and all the men, and the Sharkmen, and the ladies and everyone. So, if you ever see a Sharkman, I guess it'll be a good time. Now, I guess I will read. I'm thinking. I'm gonna try to read the novelization for Quill Jaws, and we'll see how far I get. Couldn't focus on a book, so I'm currently watching. What is it? Is it what? Oh God, come on. Your vice is a locked room, and only I have the key, which is a giallo. So I think I'm going to watch that, and maybe Don't Torture a Duckling, and then maybe some weird shark movies. I don't know. If I feel better, I'll try to read again, but I'm currently dying right now, so 'tis life. This movie has strong cat content, and also some racism, but I can't tell if that's the point of the movie or just 70s Italy. It's very hard to tell. The cat is cute, though. It's named Satan, which is a bit on the nose, but hey. This guy's the fucking worst. I hate this man. F you, man. F you. This is a real horror movie for the cats. Some lady just fucking stabbed the cat's eye out. Sorry you had to see that, Loomis. Especially you, little kitten. Lou, why are you watching this? This is for adults. He's going full sleazy already. They grew up so fast. That movie was nuts. Loomis, that movie was nuts. Loomis was kind of being a little terror near the end there. But this movie shows you don't F with cats. Because if you F with cats, they get back at you. Yeah, you might have been annoying, but I have to pay attention to you or else you'll spill all of my secrets. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure you're happy or else you're gonna kill me. So that movie was absolutely nuts. I don't know if I like that movie, but I'm also like, should I have liked that movie? Oh man, all giallos are like the ultimate levels of like pretty sketchy stuff. But yeah, that was kind of amazing. I think I'm gonna try to watch Don't Torture a Duckling now, which is one that I've had for like a while. How long is it? Let's see. Oh, it's like 1 hour 45. It's the same year though. That's wild. Well, I guess we're watching this unless Loomis becomes a nightmare. We'll see. That movie was wild. Oh my, wow. Don't Torture a Duckling is a very depressing movie about children being murdered. And that was it was good. It was good, but it was also pretty effed up. I've decided to watch something very weird and random. The 2010 Dante's Inferno animated film. It's the animated version of that video game. And I feel like, I forget, I think it was Kitty was talking about this video game on a stream or whatevs a while ago when I was doing sprints with her. So I'm like, I don't know, I've never seen the animated movie. Or played the game, honestly. I've watched other people play the game, but, I guess I'm doing this for the end of the day. That's what I'm doing. I don't feel like reading because my brain is fried and I'm in pain, so watching something extremely stupid. Look, guys, you have to see this scene. Watch this insanity. That's gonna happen. Oh yeah, it's going. Well, it's spooky woods.
At the rise of the hill, I saw a spotted leopard.
Okay.
Teeth and fury.
Sure, and a lion. What are they all hanging out for?
My heart sank. I sensed danger, not for myself, but for my beloved Beatrice.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. He goes boom, boom. Watch what he does in the fucking horse. What? What? Truly, that was the craziest thing I've ever seen in a movie. What, the horse is doing backflips? What is happening? This is legitimately the mind of a 13-year-old boy. who thinks he's rebelling against the church, but still falls into all the problematic teachings of it. But he's like, it's cool though, because of hell. And you're like, nah, bitch, you still got the same problems as the church. Anyways, it's like kind of amazing about how much this is just a 13-year-old boy's depiction of life. It's so bad. The animation, real bad, real choppy, and it switches. Look at him now, he's beefy. Look at that animation style. Oh my god. He got caked up, I guess. Anyways, this is absolutely insane. Really bad. Yeah, that movie was amazingly terrible. It had all the problematic elements that I would, of course, imagine the original Dante's Infernos has, where like half of the sins are like actually just not a big deal. Very fat phobic and things like that. But and all of the women were so poorly. Like the animation on them was like the boobily boobaless, and I was like, damn, like no character has a shirt on, and you're like, this is the most 13-year-old man movie ever. Boy, I should add boy, where he's like, this is what it means to be a Christian. Anyways, it was really bad. The animation was pretty funny at times, because it was also pretty bad. So I'm just going to end the night. I'm going to do one more movie. Screw it. And that's going to be Psycho Cop Returns. I don't know nothing about this. Here we go. Okay, so Psycho Cop Returns was not a good movie. It's mostly a by-the-numbers slasher movie. And, like, there's a lot of padding at the beginning with, like, a lot of, like, random sex scenes and, things like that. But, oh no, it's playing Maniac Cop. I love Maniac Cop, but I'm not playing Maniac Cop right now. It was actually, like, really fun once it got into the slashing bits, and the main villain, the Maniac Cop, he's like a quip slasher, and it's really fun and funny, and he's like a great killer. So it's like, really, I'm gonna watch the first one because I found it on YouTube, and I think there's a third one as well, but I might see if I could track that down, because I had a great time with it once it really got into the slashing elements. And like he does some like wild kills, but he also does some like conventional kills. But like even the conventional kills, because he's he's an evil cop, which I mean, oxymoron, they're basically the same thing. But like he'll shoot people, and like he'll use weapons that cops use. But like there's like such good squib work that like if he does a headshot, it like looks really good. It's like, oh damn. So like even those kills, which normally would be kind of like a lazier kill in a slasher movie, were pretty great. So yeah, I had a good time with that. And I guess this is the end of my random evening of movies and trying to survive the day. Thankfully, it finally stopped raining, so like, it's so ridiculous because like the entire day I'm like brain fog and like in pain, and then it stops raining for like 5 minutes, and I'm suddenly fine again, and it's so annoying. And I'm like, why? Because this was probably one of the worst days, pain-wise, I've had in a while. So I survived it. We survived it. So yeah, tomorrow I'm going to actually read. Wow. Good night. Good morning to everyone. Except Lou. Lou, you're exempt from my morning wishes. You little bastard. As you can see, where is all of the stuff for the bed? I wonder. I wonder. So Lou is a tyrant, and he gets mad if you close the door on him, or you try to live a life that is Lou-less. And he will get his revenge by just peeing on your bed. It's fully behavioral. This morning, he was going ham at 6 a.m. I was like, yo, dude, it's 6 a.m. Can we not do this? And he's like, well, I'm just gonna keep doing it. So I just gently took him, put him outside the room, and closed the door, and that was that. Until I opened the door, and he wasn't happy that I had closed the door, and he just peed all over the bed again. Again. So I basically have to like wait hand and foot on this crazy little bastard. Um, or else he'll just pee on the bed. So that's my life. And no one can be like good old Wisteria, who just does her own thing and pees and poos where she's supposed to. Or even Rocco. Rocco, he pees and poos where he's supposed to. He's not a vindictive little turd. You, my friend, are a vindictive little turd. I love you, but you're evil. Anyways, thank Satan for little favors. It's a DNFing Cool Jaws, the novelization. It's a sad day in the life of me. I can't even get rid of this because I just like the way it looks on the shelf. So this is a terrible book, but it's like literally has the same problem that Brad Carter's book for the novelization of The Night at the Demons had, where it just is so unbearable. It's got a lot of very dated things for a book that came out in 2020. You're like, bitch, why are you doing this? And it's stuff that wasn't even in the original movie. And it just, I don't know. It tries too hard to be edgy and cool and just sucks. So, I don't. So that's that. What do we. I'm just gonna, I don't know, read something else. I'm so annoyed. This week sucks. I hate this week already. It's Wednesday. Oh god, I'm dying. Whoa. It's continuing to be off and off raining, which is just done so much of a number. If it would just choose, just rain, just if you could rain consistently, that's fine. I can get used to it. But no, just the pressures keep changing, and this guy keeps paying. Well, not today, yet. He's basically like, I have to like cater to him and be like, no, sir. No, you can do whatever you want. It's your apartment, not mine. I just pay for it. It's yours. Just do not unleash the fire hose upon the bed. I cannot afford it. So yeah, that's a thing. I did get some reading done yesterday. I have no idea if I'm going to get any reading done today. If it's any indication of my brain currently, it ain't going to happen because my brain is like, ka-clumpla. But I did get about 100 pages into Camp Slasher, and I'm actually enjoying this. This is one that I didn't know if I would enjoy. I kind of thought that this might be a DNF. But no, it's a pretty well-written slasher book. I mean, like, it's not reinventing the wheel. It's like, that's a slasher book. And it's got pretty good characters so far, and the slashing is kind of happening a little bit, and we're gearing up for like a big old slashy spree coming up. So I hope this book continues being good. And then I'm also listening to the audiobook of The Lord of Excess, which is a Warhammer novel about the Emperor's Children. And the Emperor's Children are the smut boys, and I love them. They are so fun to read about. They're not just smut, but like the Emperor's Children are like, they're like pledged to the god of excess. So like everything that they do is like all about like, feeling, and like they're basically like Cenobites. They really are about like Cenobites, but for like all forms of like obsession and emotion. So it's really, really fun. And I'm enjoying it. So far, so far it's like basically like they are really like the other thing I like about this book is that they are like not well off, like they are like struggling and they like need supplies, and they have to like fool a place into saying that they're going to be their rescuers, even though like they're definitely not going to be their rescuers because they're like the evilest evil bastards whoever evil bastard did. And it's basically like they are trying to stop a gene stealer invasion, which is going to be extremely fun and is already a blast. And yeah, I just love the characters, and I love all the new and weird ways that they introduce various forms of excess for people to be kind of like obsessed with. So yeah, I'm liking it. Anyways, I'll continue on with something and probably not die. So there you go. Watching Monster Sharks with the patrons. I like Monster Shark, but it's kind of bad. It's kind of one of those movies where you mostly just watch a bunch of water scenes and you're like, oh, the water is very pretty. I like the water. And then a random tentacle comes out and a weird monster mouth eats people's once in a while. It's a character flaw, but I like it. Okay, so I just finished Camp Slasher, and it was such a surprise. I was so surprised by that book. I feel like maybe I had heard something bad about a book with a similar title, or maybe I did just hear, maybe somebody I know did not like that book, but like I really, really did end up loving Camp Slasher. I feel like it takes a little bit to get going, but it is a book that like really kind of like builds character. So when everything really goes off the wall and things are going in full slasher territory and like things get intense. Like there is a lot of people who get slashed near the end of this book. It really all works that much better because like you have some type of attachment to the characters and like there's more going on than just the slasher. So it really feels like this small town with all like the interpolitics of a small town has then had like a slasher come in and start to affect all of their lives. So it really, really works super well. And just the carnage at the end is wild. Definitely is some like more icky bits in it, but like I felt like that actually was like scary and spooky and weird and creepy. Like there's like a few characters, like there's like one dude in particular who like is like has like a Richard Lehman-y vibe, but like it works really well when it's like one character has that vibe because then you're like, oh, that's a creepy ass character and like he's like he's scares you, and it doesn't work so well when every character has that same thought process anyways. But I had a great time with it, and yeah, I would definitely recommend that if you're a fan of slashers because like for the first I would say maybe about like 75% of the book I was like, oh, this is like a fun dependable like a camp slasher. It doesn't reinvent the wheel. It's just like a fun, entertaining slasher novel. And then the last 25% goes ham, and I'm like, yes, it puts it up a little bit, and it makes the more slower elements feel worth it because of how they were implemented in the end. Definitely not for everybody, but I quite enjoyed it. Now, I'm in the slasher mood, so I'm going to go on to Final Slaughter by Sergio Gomez, and I am so excited for this because Camp Slaughter I loved. Halloween Slaughter is still my favorite slasher novel of all time. Halloween Slaughter is still my number one slasher novel. So I'm really excited to read the final book in the series. So I'm going to do that and go to bed. Didn't get any audiobook done today, which was a bit disappointing, but I was like truly a zombie for like the majority of the day. So it's only now that after the rain has finally passed, I'm feeling alive. And then that even works even better with a cool ending. And you're like, haha, I'm alive, bitch. But I'm going to go to bed soon because it's late at night. So, I can't stay up too late, but I'm going to enjoy this. Talk to you tomorrow. Bleppy girl. Look at the little Bleppy girl. Ha ha, Blep. Oh, Blep has ended. Blep has ended. Big bastard. Little bastard. Oh. They grow up so fast. Okay, so it's Saturday night. And hopefully I'm only going to read a few more chapters of this and go to bed, although it sounds like my neighbors are having a very loud upstairs party, which is like fucking hell. It's 11 p.m. Fuck off. Anyways, that's what happens in this apartment. I'm just about finished Final Slaughter. I have about 40% left in this, and I'm really liking this. This is really good. It ties in a lot with characters from Camp Slaughter, and I actually don't remember Camp Slaughter as well as I thought I did. At least not with the people who survived, because like it really seemed like it was not the people you would have expected to survive. And with like a slasher narrative, you never really get too attached to any of the characters, except that in Halloween Slaughter, that book worked so well because I got attached to all of the characters, and I remember them very well, which makes that book heartbreaking. So it took me a little bit to get back into the mindset of the characters that I didn't remember as well, but it went fine. It wasn't super difficult. So I'm really enjoying this. I'm definitely going to be finishing this tomorrow. Probably will be the last book I finish for this vlog. I did also finish Lord of Excess, which was an audiobook that I really, really enjoyed. And it was interesting. It was much larger in scope than I thought it was. Like, cause it kind of set up where it's like there's this planet that is in the midst of an alien invasion, and the villains of the set, like one of the villains, who are basically like space marines who are basically Cenobites who are like obsessed with all the excess pleasures and experiences of the flesh, and they're like super into narcotics and psychotropic drugs and anything that kind of like makes them feel something. And it's they pretend like they're like the normal space marines, and they just be like, yes, we will come down and save your planet. And I thought the entire book was going to be that battle of them, and like the end of it was going to be like, haha, we own this planet now or something, because it's like, haha. But like it was actually the full story, because like that was only act one. They stop the invasion and then they take over the planet, and it's like this arc of somebody who thinks that they know how to run a society, and it's just like talking about how one corrupt society can beget another corrupt society, and it's just like it can be like a horrible cycle, um, if you're ruled by fascist dictators. Oh, what a surprise! But yeah, no, I really liked it, and it had some awesome fight scenes, and like our characters are always kind of like on the back end, like they're not super powerful, and like they're like always like, oh, we're close to running out of ammo, oh, we're all kind of like infighting, and they all have their very specific like obsessions, because like really what it means to go to Slanesh is like to do something to excess, so something that you like care about and are like obsessed with. So like there's the reason why they like work as like a fighting force is because one of them is like super obsessed with like keeping track of materials, which I thought was a really fun and funny like touch that kind of like made them as a group make sense. And it's just like this small group of very powerful individuals who like come in, save the day, but they're not really saving the day. They're just going to take over. And then it's really about the folly of them trying to run a society. And it was really interesting. I really liked it. I really liked it. So I'm going to read probably another chapter of this, and then go to bed, because I have to go pick up some stuff for the Warhammer store. Opens at 10 a.m. and they have one copy of the book I really want, so I gotta run and get it. So hopefully I get that tomorrow. But yeah, other than that, I'm hopefully heading to bed. We'll see. Good night. So I went out and I did manage to get a hold of the Siege of Rex. I'm very excited for this. I really do like Steve Lyon's writings for this particular faction, because it's very much satirical in its presentation, and I think it's actually pretty damn well done. And Siege of Rax is like a fun story that like appeared in like I think it was like old Imperial armor book. Like I heard somebody on a YouTube video detail it once, and I was like, that sounds fun. And then they just released an actual book about it, so I was like, oh, cool. And then I also picked up Realmslayer, which was the first Gotrek novel in Age of Sigmar. So Gotrek and Felix started way back in the original. He literally in this one, which is the very first Warhammer fantasy story ever written, they started there, and then they went on, and then there was like a big world-ending event before they kind of like rebooted the universe, and one of them didn't make it, and one did return and do other things in a world that's not his own. And this is his first. This is the first version of him coming over into the Age of Sigmar universe. Anyways, so I did it. Woo! And there's a new episode of Hell of a Boss today. Today just keeps getting better and better. Hell of a Boss is the best. Water rushing. Yes. Oh, just had to take a book break to basically fully clean my apartment's floor. Like, basically, I just freaking did carpet cleaner everywhere because I got this new carpet cleaner that's supposed to, like, deodorize spots that, like, there's been any spillage or peas, and basically, like, cleans off and gets rid of all the pheromones so people don't keep going in that area. And I think because like I went intense, like I was like scouring, and like even down here I was like, yeah. So I literally used the whole bottle, but it's fine. It's what it's used for. I think a few of the spots I found were actually like puke stains. When cats were puking. I would imagine a lot of those are when Rocco was recently having like a spit ups, because none of it was like chunky bits. It was just, that's really, no one wants to know about cat pukes. But I'm not sure if a little bit of it was cat pee. I don't know. So I just went ham. Any spot that even like mildly smelled or minorly was a discolored carpet, I went, yeah. Oh, so now I'm exhausted. I did find some stuff here. This is a spot where frickin' Lou was actually peeing, because I found I had a cat toy that I had to throw out because it was peed on, and everything around it, all the cat toys that were around it, had to go into the Shadow Realm, which is the garbage, I guess. So now I'm going to read the last hour and a half of Final Slaughter and end this vlog. But it's still really good. I'm just still working on it. It's a nice day. It's a nice day outside. I've also started listening to I'm in Love with Mothman, but I'm not going to finish that this vlog. I'm probably going to finish that tomorrow, so I don't want to bring this vlog on for longer than it needs to be. And I don't think I'll actually be doing a vlog next week. I know I have a big book sale coming up, so I'll probably be showing off a haul instead. So, talk to you guys once I finish this book. Bye-bye. So, I just finished Final Slaughter, and let me tell you, that was a finale. The series is definitely done now, without any room for anything. It was very clear Sergio Gomez was like, no bitch, this is the end. And it's funny, because he even said he originally had an epilogue, but he ended up losing it in like a file that he didn't save, or it didn't get sent to his publisher. But then he realized that it was actually better without the epilogue. And I kind of agree, but I don't fully. I guess I wanted one final thing from Ignacio, which is the killer of the piece. I wanted one last perspective from his point of view before what happens, because you don't get to see a last thing with him, which I thought was really interesting. I think I liked this book quite a bit, and had a great time with it. I would say this is probably more on the level of Camp Slaughter for me, probably also because it brought back a lot of other characters from Camp Slaughter. I mean, Halloween Slaughter might have just been a weird outlier because Halloween Slaughter is actually my favorite slasher book still, and I still liked it the best out of this trilogy. I do enjoy this book as well. This book just kind of seems like a little bit more of a slasher. Uh, as is, just like kind of like a normal slasher, which is like a good time with some crazy gory kills. And there's some like very sad deaths in this one because like Sergio Gomez always like tugs on the heartstrings with like some of these like horrible things that happen in these books. But like I wasn't as connected to the characters as I was in Halloween. But I still loved this book. I thought this was a great book. And yeah, it definitely ends out the franchise. I'm not gonna tell you how, but the franchise is done, and I'm interested to see what Sergio Gomez does next because I really did enjoy this. It was a pretty great slasher series. I didn't dislike any of the books. I thought they were all great, but my favorite is Halloween Slaughter, which is just a step above the others. But that's not saying that this is not still a great time to read. Well, great time in asterisks because there's some stuff that happens that makes you very sad. But yeah, had a good time with this. There was a bunch of questions left unanswered, but I actually kind of like that. I kind of like that you don't get things answered, and that was one of the things that he mentions in the epilogue as well. There is a lot of stuff that you don't actually get answered from this series, and I actually kind of like that. I like that there's a little bit of a mystery. Still with the setting and not everything is answered because I feel like in pop culture nowadays we always get all things answered because there's got to be sequels upon sequels upon sequels, and this one clearly is just going to be nothing else. It's the final slaughter. It is the final slaughter, unlike sometimes when slasher movies do oh, this is the final Friday, and then it's not the final Friday. I believe that this is probably the final one, although to be fair, you never know. It would be very funny if he did one more because that would be very accurate to how slasher movies always go. And never say never. There have been crazier ways that that horror franchises have continued. Anyways, I didn't get a lot done this week. It was kind of more of a relaxed reading vlog, but I still had a good time. Wednesday and Thursday, I just did not do much at all. So, there's very little things updated from there. But yeah, I had a good time. I'm going to not vlog next week, because I'm just going to be going through some library books and things of that nature. So I'm not going to be vlogging, but I will have some normal videos up for people who are sick of my vlogs. I don't know. If you are, I apologize, but also I don't. I like making vlogs. So, anyways, I hope you have a good day and beware of the slashes. Toodaloo.